To Curious Sports Pulse. My name is Gabriel. Apologies for missing the last couple of shows. We have had a lot going on here, a lot of opportunities that we're expanding, we're putting in the work. So, again, apologies for missing the past two shows, but no worries. We will have a certain someone here to help us out today. There's a lot to get to. And with Angel Reese and everything going on in the WNBA, to me, this is more a story on the state of sports journalism in America. I wasn't too happy with how much of anything is being discussed in terms of this, in terms of um, in terms of Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and some of the odd comparisons that are being brought into it. So we're going to touch on that, and then also we have Nick Sirianni is making a fool of himself. Who's surprised? No one. But coach, I don't care. They could have brought back the all 90s team, the all 90s through the all 2010s team, and I would have been out on this, and I have been out on this Philadelphia Eagles team. Why? Because of who's in charge, because of who's at the top. Point blank. Period. That that is that is how I view things in the NFL, especially the margins. So everyone, for example, is saying that the Chiefs are the favorites and should be the favorites. Um, I might disagree with that, but I'm recognizing that the Chiefs are a force. The Chiefs are a good team, and they have a good coach. But even last year, we saw that they were a blocked kick away from losing. So the margins are thin at this level. But most importantly, they have Andy Reid. So we're going to touch on Nick Sirianni and what I believe he's doing in terms of messing up what should be something of a certainty, what should be something of a home run um, in terms of the Eagles' chances to at least win this NFC East. But first, Kyrie Irving to the Lakers was almost a thing, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we all hear about how every team wants everyone, and everyone is trying to assemble the most amount of talent. People are willing to skate around the salary cap, the luxury tax, overpaying, whatever you may have. So that's not what the story is here. That for me, this is more about how this unfolded, in which Kyrie Irving is now on the Dallas Mavericks. He is, if you had asked me, 10, 12 years ago, if you had asked me who's more likely to be in a championship winning position, Kyrie Irving or LeBron James. Now you might say Kyrie Irving because I don't think there are many people. There are very few people who saw LeBron James and his longevity, him being able to continue to play at a high level. At this point, I think few people saw that. And if you did, then I guess kudos to you, props to you. But you get what I'm saying. So if you had posed a question in 10 years ago in 2024, who's most likely to be in a championship winning position, and you had Kyrie Irving one, LeBron James two, most people would have probably said Kyrie Irving, but that's only because of the age factor. Take that out of it. Take that out of it. Jordan, appreciate you chiming in here. Kyrie ain't going to LA. He gets paid. Oh, are you free right now, by the way, to hop on? If you are, I'll send you the link. But anyway, we're I'm gonna get to both points here in terms of what happened in the past off seasons for Kyrie, and also moving forward, what could potentially happen. So we're gonna get to both of those points. Jordan, howdy, good afternoon. But what was the point I was making? Oh yeah, so the thing. Oh, you are free. Hell yeah. We will be joined by Mr. Jordan Ramos here. And my apologies. My apologies. I should have sent it to you, or I should have at least asked earlier. So that is 100% on me. Uh, Sending that to you right now. So we will see and hear your reactions to all this. But let's take aside the age argument. I think most people would have comfortably said that. I think most people would have just comfortably said that they would take LeBron James. Just in terms just in terms of someone who can kind of do it all, kind of position yourself winning, um, and all of that stuff. And remember the narrative in Dallas, in Boston, that and really everything post LeBron, especially Brooklyn. Kyrie is a little bit of a nutcase. Kyrie can't get anything done. And now we've seen a complete rejuvenation, a complete 180 for Kyrie. Uh, in terms of that narrative. So it's almost a shock to me that Kyrie's even in this position. Who would have thunk that? Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, Kyrie is in this position because you want to know why some controversial players can be controversial yet do good, like keep their mouth shut. He kept his mouth shut. Like that's why people are praising him, even though he has said some really outrageously stupid things, and has sent a link to an anti-Semitic movie. But
Yes.
hey, he's been playing well.
Yeah. Yes. And for sure, this is why, Jordan, and we're gonna get to Nick Sirianni in a moment. And this is why I've said I don't like outside noise on my sports team if I'm trying to win a championship. And that link, for example, totally unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
I truly don't think he knows what the contents were in that movie, and I think he's trying to play the "oh, you just don't understand" card. No, I just think you retweeted a movie that you truly didn't understand the full gravity of, and now you're trying to double down. But this
Yep.
is all avoided. This is all avoided if he just knowingly, like, this could be a potential sticky topic.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's brought to your attention, don't double down. Just say my bad, and we can all move on with our lives. Like, I didn't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
could plead ignorance or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. Do you see? Am I making sense here, Jordan, or
Oh,
no?
you're being 100. Dude, you're making 100% sense. Like I bet you $50. He literally saw like the first like 20 minutes of it, and it's like, oh my goodness, the Black Hebrewism. I'm like, dude, I think you need to see the rest of the movie. Or like he did, and he literally like all that content literally just flew all over him. Like a lot of sports athletes that tried to like be this controversial thinker, like Aaron Rodgers, like the content just flew all over you, and you didn't understand. But yeah, and also he ain't going to LA unless he's getting paid more than LeBron, and I think the Lakers are like, mm. And then LeBron's like just paying the money.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're here with Iraq now. Um, so Iraq, just to kind of catch you up to speed, we've been talking about the Kyrie before this year's Dallas and the Kyrie after, two different things entirely.
Yes.
Uh, I kind of want to move on from all of his controversial specifics, but if you have anything to add on that and or what you're seeing from Kyrie now, go ahead.
Yeah. No. I think this. Well, I don't think I know. This is better for the game because it takes away all the soap opera drama, and I think it's also Monica McNutt, the wise lady that she is. Eminem. The one nickname I'll give Stephen A. Smith that is actually good. Eminem is she was right. She said, we forget that when he left Cleveland, he was 25 years old. And when he, obviously Boston didn't work out, but him and Tatum and Brown still are tight. It just wasn't a good fit.
Yeah,
That's,
terrible.
that's all parties. That's all parties considered. The other part about it is in Brooklyn. Well, we don't even need to go to that. But taking the bet, now is like what I wish we would do with the WNBA. Like we've said, we can actually, because of the lack of drama, we can actually focus on the basketball of it, the X's and O's. And I was as skeptical as anyone, which is saying something about him going with the fit to Dallas and playing with Luka. Now,
Mhm.
who's got the laugh now? I mean, I don't know how KD feels about it, but I'm sure he's not exactly the most. I'm sure he's a little bit bitter now. It's like, where's this Kyrie when I need him? But
He
Kyrie's
gets hurt. Owies.
well, that and he just chooses not to be on the court. I don't know. Not anymore. But Kyrie to the Lakers, I think Kyrie is locked up. I think he's locked into Dallas now for a while. He might finish his career with Dallas at this rate. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Mark Cute, he was a huge Jason Kidd fan as a kid. A Kidd fan as a kid because he was a huge New Jersey Nets fan because he's from Jersey. Well, either way, he's from New York. He's from the tri-state area. And he also he grew the two assistant coaches. He grew up knowing, so they're all thick as. Right, is just an analogy, but thick as thieves. All right, I didn't want that to come up in a bad way. They're tight. They're tight, man. So I don't see him leaving that situation. It's like the best situation he's had in his entire NBA career, and it's helped him mature. He's got a better family now. What's going on? Yeah, that's what I'm at.
Yeah, no, I think you're definitely onto something that he could retire a Mav now, and I really like the reasons beyond that. They're just winning. Like, I think you laid out that case really well. But this is the whole reason why I'm bringing this up today. This came out earlier today, like about 2 hours ago. LA offered Russell Westbrook 2 first-round picks in 2027 and 2029. LA did for the Brooklyn Nets for Kyrie at the time. I mean, to me, this says that even with everything going on then, that's a hell of a haul. Like, they wanted this to happen. And then LeBron James, although it's not a Rudy Gobert haul, but I think we can all agree that that was an anomaly. And then LeBron James goes on to say, this is a quote from him, to have a guy like Kyrie, and this is on ESPN, who wrote this article. This is Dave McMahon on ESPN who wrote this article, so that's where I'm getting this from. To have a guy like Kyrie Irving as the ultimate wild card, it's like having a draw 4 in your hand every time someone deals you cards in Uno. So go ahead, react to that, E-Rock, in terms of what was being offered, Kyrie Irving, and just kind of the timing of this article is what I'm actually a little more interested in. But go ahead, whatever you want to address in terms of that.
Okay. Well, first off, LeBron made that comparison, or one of the journalists did.
So the last quote I read was, that was LeBron.
So if LeBron used the Uno card, that's actually really that's really sharp. It's really keen. I gotta give Braun credit where it's due. That was actually really good. That's like something I would think of, but you know what? That actually might have been better. I don't know if I could have come up with a better one. I would have said dealing off the bottom like poker, and I think his is way better. Or it's like every time you get a wild card, the other person gets a draw 2 and a skip or a reverse or something like that. No, his is still better. I like his better. Shout out to Uno. Love that game. The timing of it is just because it's the NBA Finals. That's why it is. And like he's sitting at home, or he's sitting in France or wherever the hell he is. I would say it's at home, but he probably has several. I'm assuming he has several homes, like 10 homes probably. Probably one in south of France. Probably, and I know we got one in LA. Probably got 2 in LA. One in Cleveland, etc. Miami, God only knows. Dude has $1 billion. So I mean, it's just because he's sitting and out. He's out of the playoffs. And he's got time to reflect. That Russell Westbrook trade. People talk about the how bad certain trades were, like the Brooklyn saga. Like Brooklyn is, ever since Brooklyn has been the Brooklyn Nets, it has been a blunder after blunder, and that starts with, why do you think Tatum and Brown are on? I'd forgotten about this till I saw it today. Why do you think Tatum and Brown are actually on the Celtics together anyway?
Trade, baby, Billy King.
And they dumped off Garnett, Pierce, and they traded Allen to another team, to the Heat, and in return they got a pick to get Brown, and they took Tatum first. So yeah, it's just a matter of, man, they have been, and then of course we know the KD saga. and the Steve Nash saga, etc. So the Lakers did a
James Harden, maybe.
yeah, where I'm going with this is people are sweeping the Russell Westbrook to the Lakers trade right under the rug, and that needs to be put to light because that was a terrible trade. Even when they did it, I thought it was a terrible trade. It was like they were going to do that for Kyrie. They were going to do it for Riri, man. And it's like their consolation prize, which is disrespectful to say to Russ, but it's just what it is. They were like, all right, we're just going to offer the same deal. This is Rob Pelinka's fault. We're just going to offer the same deal to Russell Westbrook just because by reputation and name alone, not thinking about how he would actually coexist. So that's where I'm at. This is just the timing because it's where it is. And Kyrie's there. They're not. And I would say blossomed. Say he's matured. And he's fine being the number 1B, number 2, whatever. And to the Lakers have no one to blame. Well, other than Rob Pelinka, but themselves, the entire organization, all working mechanics. So that's where I'm at.
Certain distractions I'm able to overcome. Go ahead, Jordan.
Are you looking at Jordan's background?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
It's common.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Jordan.
I agree. Everything you what you said, Ewok, because the Russell Westbrook trade was god awful. Like he did not work out at all, and that's what I'm feeling for. Like if Kyrie goes to the Lakers, it's probably not gonna work out at all. Like especially with a new coach and a new system coming up, like. It's probably going to be a disaster. But if it happens, bring out the popcorn, baby. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be tragic. But at least Kyrie's going to get in a ring with Dallas.
That's the exact kind of Jordan response I expect. Go ahead, E-Rock.
No, this is officially my Jordan blockers. When he says something out, it's like my poker glasses now. And now they're my Jordan glasses for pod. They're my blue light glasses, my poker glasses, and now my Jordan glasses.
Yeah,
Blue light like dragons.
I'm gonna call them hater blockers.
Hey,
we have a comment, gentlemen. Allen left as a free agent to the Heat. This is from No Earmuffs Show on Kick. That's why there's beef among them after. Some people can get in their feelings. Shout out Jordan.
Yeah.
Heat
and the Celtics hate each other. They hate each other. Pat Riley especially hates the Celtics.
Yep.
Yeah, and looking back, I don't want to focus too much on this specifically, but Joe brings up a good point. And hearing interviews from that team now, they're more or less upset that he just didn't tell them. Like everyone's all about do your own thing, make money or take the best opportunity. But they're kind of upset that they just left it like that. And then to leave for the Heat, it was a combination of things. So absolutely, gentlemen.
Never been a huge Ray Allen fan anyway. I do look like an alien. I don't know. Either way, gotta respect where respect is due. Except for the fact you went to the Heat when you left. Talk about a poke in the eye. Dear Lord, those two hate each other.
Gentlemen, we have to move on. So
yes.
Nick Sirianni is up on the press conference. I do love that he's sporting the Philadelphia Phillies hat. Like I enjoyed that, right? So that we'll put that in the good column. Let's go in the not so good column. Why is he commenting on what other Giants fans are saying / what he says then to when other fan bases are saying? This is part of the long list of reasons and this to me just kind of illustrates why I'm entirely out on the Philadelphia Eagles this year. Jordan, I'll give you credit. This is something I saw due to your Twitter activity. So go ahead. Can you provide a little more context to this, please?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Let me fill in the blanks here.
Yeah, he was on the press conference, literally saying he was asked I think a question about fandoms, and then Giants came out, and then Giants fans are a little annoying, so I'm gonna yell, "We got your best player," and I'm like, dude, shut up. This is why a lot of people don't like you. You are Like, I get you're trying to rep your team. I get you're trying to be the coach that's like, hey, I got this city's back. I got this team's back. Yeah, and you're wearing your heart in your sleep. Guess what? Guess what? You got at least back it up because he hasn't backed that up in the past 2 seasons. Like, he has legit in the past 3 seasons. Like, I've never really seen an improvement from senior on his coach offensive scheming. Like,
No.
it's literally like a shotgun based offense with no and like with no legitimate deep one play and the tush push. That's it. Like, this dude is going to cost the Eagles a Super Bowl, and I'm gonna celebrate because his his coaching never really adapts. Like, ever since Shane Steichen left, like, his offense was basically the same in 2021. Like, a 9-8 win team that get bounced off in the first round. Like, it's like he's going to cost his team another Super Bowl. Like, that's why I think he's a clown. That's why I think he's a clown, and I don't take him seriously. Like, that's what he is to me. Like, he's a legit clown.
No, and that's again, why is he commenting on this? Like, no one cares, and more importantly,
OTAs.
First of all, I doubt the players truly care about this. But at the same time, you're supposed to be the coach. You're supposed to set the example, show that you're somewhat buttoned up. At least in my opinion, right? There's a balance, and Iraq, I'm about to unmute you. You were moving shit around. Right? There's a balance between showing your personality and just going out of your way to look childish and completely unprofessional. So again, this could be an ultimately a complete nothing burger. It definitely doesn't help, and to me, it's concerning that this is what he's focusing on. Like, I just don't like it. I'm out. That's how I read it, at least. Go ahead, E-Rock.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Repositioned, and one of the neighbors, one of my girl's neighbors, was sitting right next to me. And I felt like a bad for kind of hollering while he's trying to read on his phone. Okay, so I'm trying to be polite, but much obliged. I'm back. All right. So the comment essentially was him saying, like, bragging or something about because they got the Giants' best player or something like that. Is that what he's basically saying?
Yeah, Saquon Barkley. Like,
yeah, I know. I got that. Yeah, I mean, it's not. And also, you gave him I love this. You said the good, and now let's go with that. You know, that sounds like Scoutcast Media. Yeah, you knew where I was about to go with that. The good, the whacking, the wilding. Yeah, this is what it is. There's the good. By the way, I'm not calling the Phillies thing good. It's easy to jump on it. One, you live in Philly. You're supposed to be rocking Philly gear. So, no, I'm not giving him credit. Secondly, the team that he is rocking, happens to be in first place. It's easy to cheer for a team when they're in first place. Okay, so
true.
It's your team.
Yeah.
It's your home team, and they're in first place. You know what? Come back to me when they're in last place and you're still rocking their gear. Okay, I'm wearing.
No, come in when they choke in the playoffs again.
Come see me, bro. All right, come see me when your team sucks and you're not, and then you have to choose if you're cheering for them. So that's number one. So I got no love. I actually liked Nick Sirianni for a while. And more things that happen, the dumber he looks. He looks like he's dumb as a bag of doorknobs, dude. I mean, that was a stupid. Yeah, I know you're in the NFC least, the NFC beast, whatever. Well, now it's the NFC least, but the NFC South actually is more like that. But the NFC mouth,
Tank division.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, no, tanking would be like you're doing it on purpose. That's just because they suck. I gotta say, there's not much to really add to what y'all are saying, except for his job's on the line this year. I mean, the Eagles are not known for being patient. Philadelphia's not. It's like Boston. Philadelphia is not known for being patient with their coaches. They fired Peter.
Andy Reid.
Yeah, they did fire Andy. Did they fire Andy Reid or he quit? Or I don't know. Either way. And then they hired Doug Peterson, and he won the Super Bowl with the backup quarterback. And they fired him anyway, like a year later.
a couple years later, around like 2020.
No, it was like he played one more season and then they fired him. So I mean, like, he's on the hot. He knows his ass is on the line. He knows his ass is on the line. There's no doubt about it.
Exactly. That's why.
the fact
That's why I said what I said.
that's why he needs to close his trap, because right now, the last thing you want to do is draw more attention to yourself, because the egg that they laid to wrap up the season was
Gold.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Comedy gold, baby. I love it.
They were undefeated. Like, I think what are they, 10-0,
10
and then
10 and 1. 10 and 1.
1. Okay, and they were undefeated for a while. People were asking, can they go? I'm like, no, don't bring that 72 Dolphins ish up to me. Don't bring that up. All right, don't bring the perfect season. Like, no, this team, we won't see a team that was as close to getting a perfect season as that Patriots 07 team. We will not see that for a long time. And Patriots, Patriots screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to see. And that team legitimately, easily could have been undefeated. But like I said, but the Giants they get in their head. They get in the Patriots' head. But that's neither here nor there now. In fact, that's actually somewhat of a topic that's going to be on the good, the whack, and the wild, and because something someone said today, and I'll save it for the other thing. But on this one, not much else to say. Nick Sirianni needs to stay low key for his own good, and if he doesn't, it's just going to make that target that much bigger. Just saying. 100%.
Okay, I wanna shift gears to something you've been saying a while, and I guess this is a mixture now of defend your take for E-Rock, but it's related to this with Nick Sirianni and what you just said in terms of the standards are high in sports towns like New York City, like Boston, not LA because that's just a glamour city, right? But you get the point. For real sports cities, So also,
Sure.
so I guess maybe we shouldn't be including Philadelphia in this conversation, but either way, for the point of this, right? Because they're a second-rate city compared to New York and Boston. But either way, besides all of that, you have made the case, E-Rock, that Joe Mazzulla could be in trouble if the Celtics don't win.
Yes.
And the point you just made in terms of Doug Peterson, he just won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The fact that it's Boston, and the fact, first of all, it's Boston, this fan base, and the fact that really no one's giving this Boston team credit for making it to the NBA Finals because of everything that's happened in the East, and the fact that it was the East in general. I'm not going to lie, E-Rock, you're kind of starting to sway me on this. Joe Mazzulla, especially if it looks bad, especially if they choke. I'm not saying 100% on the board, but I'm going to go right now. You've swayed me enough where I'm saying 55, 60% on the board that he could be / is on the hot seat, depending on how the NBA Finals play out. So, E-Rock, I'll let you quote unquote defend your take. Go ahead.
I think it's more like bolstering my take on this one, I guess. Galvanize your take. Sorry. There we go. This thing's wobbly. I don't want my computer falling off this damn thing. I'm having a makeshift moment here, a jerry-rigging moment I want to be outside with fresh air. But there we go. Look at that. Nice, not shaky. I love it. Shaken, not shaken, and stirred. Okay. Opposite of Bond. James Bond. All right. I mean, here's the thing. It's a 50-50 split probably with analysts and, credible credible fans, people actually pay attention. A lot of them say, because a lot of them are thinking logically, where it's like, he had the best record, and there's this, and look at the situation he came into. We took him to the championship. They were up 2-0, and then they said, they've been to, and then this year, and then the previous year, they had a good record again, but they lost to Miami, and that was when I thought he was even really more on the hot seat. But but this year it was make or break, and I've said that from the beginning of the season, and the reason why I'm saying that is because of the Boston media. I would put I would put New York, I'd put LA just because of the Lakers. And I'd put Philly and I'd put Dallas in a class 2 of fan base in terms of a passionate fan, or passionate media, critical media and fan bases. Dallas just because of the Cowboys and their international really. Lakers are somewhat Lakers are the only national/international brand in LA. Dodgers would be close, but no one outside of no one really cares about baseball compared to like I mean, it's an international sport, but it's not very viewed. Like the World Baseball Classic's not really watched, and like that's their big thing. But staying back on point with Mazzulla, this is a primary, like it in New York. I'm trying to say like, no, that's about it. That's like the two biggest fan bases. Maybe Chicago, maybe. No, yeah, that's probably a 1B as well. That's class 2 probably. But still, yeah, those are the two main ones. So you're right.
Yeah.
He's out. If he doesn't, especially because of very, very clear, and you just said it. The East had more holes than the Iraqi Navy. All right, they were not playing. Or fine, I'll even be nicer to be more PC. They had more holes than Swiss cheese. All right, they were missing a bunch of people, and they mostly were their best players. In fact, in the playoffs, it was all their best players essentially. The star for each team. Yeah, and you play who's in front of you. If you lose, even if it's in 7, but I see this being, I've called it. I'm taking the Mavs in 6, barring extenuating circumstances. Then yeah, Mazzulla's out. He'll be out. He may not make it out of the damn building before they can him. I'm serious. I mean, or at least he'll make it home that night, and then he'll get canned. They'll let him have one night of reprieve.
And that's nice.
Yeah, that way he doesn't sleep because he's about to get fired. So
Right.
They'll let him have a cocktail, maybe a tall lager or something like that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's where I'm at. They're just, this is their first real test in the playoffs, and it couldn't be against a team that is as hot as they are right now. They look incredible. They look really good. So it's good backcourt against great backcourt. Great backcourt against great backcourt. So we'll see.
Yeah, Jordan, go ahead. Defend Iraq's take or annihilate it, depending on what side of the line you fall on.
I wonder. I already know where he's going to. I know where he's going to go.
Oh no, I 100% agree. I 100% agree with you, Rock. Like, but yet Joe Mazzulla, like,
I knew that was coming.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't think he'll like if it's like a finals appearance and they lose 60%, he might get canned. But like if it was before the finals, he ain't making it out of that building. Those Boston fans will have done a lot of things to him. They would have brought lynching back.
You're right.
Like, exactly. They will lynch him if they lost against Miami again in the first round. But they made it to the finals. He might at least get some more, like, I want to say leeway, but like, hey, Mazzulla is a quality coach. He can make it to a final. But I won't be shocked if he gets fired, if he can, especially if they choke a series, because Boston has a trigger finger. And they will fire you if you don't deliver. Like they did that. The Red Sox did to Dave Lombowski after he won a World Series after 2018, 2019. They fired him. Like the impatience of Boston, like it's there. Like I won't be shocked.
For i.e. Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
well,
play. They don't play, bro. They don't play.
well, that's after a disastrous year, so they had to fire him.
Well, it's still
him. If Boston, like I think another one, like oh my goodness, who was the coach before Mazzulla and him?
Ime Udoka.
No, not before Udoka.
Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens.
Oh, Brad Stevens, he's gonna. Oh no, if they lose, he's probably gonna get canned too. Like,
no.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Jordan.
No. I said that. We covered this.
It's either that or the year after.
No.
I love that.
Here's the thing about. Okay, let me. May I jump back in real quick, Gabe? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Make it quick because we do have to move on.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand. Here's the thing about Brad Stevens. He's the one who's been putting together this team. Mazzulla is going to be. If it goes to 7, but he's actually been, made a good adjustments, and it's kind of obvious, or it's obvious he was trying to keep up with the adjustments. he might stand a 50-50 shot. But his biggest issue is in-game adjustments. He doesn't make in-game adjustments. And they start reverting back to their habits. That's the coaching, too. I mean, it's the players, but the coaches is supposed to be pump the brakes. Brad Stevens put together the talent. And now, again, this is a coaches are the fall guys. Shout out to the movie, I guess. They're the Ryan Gosling fall guys. So it's like but Brad Stevens would be next, but I don't see that. That would take a lot. That'd have to be a catastrophic early playoff exit next year for Stevens to get fired. That's all
I love it, Jordan. Not only defending E-Rock's take, but doubling down and going the next step.
Yeah,
I love it, Jordan.
It's bold.
Exactly, because
it's bold. I'll give him that. It is bold.
Boston's not patient with their stuff, man. Like I've seen it firsthand. Like they're not afraid to can you.
Dude, if they do that, they might as well trade away or not sign Jason Tatum. Just like scrap.
Yeah,
at that
total
point.
rebuild.
Yeah, let's just go straight. Let's just hit the button.
It'll be the New England trust the process. Then shout out. Let's move on to our final topic of the day, Angel Reese. Now, this is again all about journalism. So there are plenty of times where I don't give the full quote, but I say this isn't the full quote, and I'll even often say I don't know the full context, but let's just analyze this one sentence, and we're not even making a judgment on the player. So, for example, what CJ Stroud said in terms of how he's viewed about the quarterbacks, I came out and said I don't know the full context. This is just a quote that I'm taking, but let's take this idea in a vacuum. And let's take the idea of CJ where he is mentally, if he were to say this, right? So we add the context for if there isn't the context. And I'm adding all this. I'm saying all this to lay the foundation for Angel Reese was misquoted. And this was the sin of omission. So yes, originally the quote is about, right. She's basically, it's saying that because of me, people are tuning into the WNBA. That was a part of it, sure. But they left out the most critical part. First of all, she's referring to the national championship game. So she's basically saying it's because of Caitlin Clark and me. But then she goes on to literally expand and explain further. A lot of us have, and now this is the full quote after the thing that ESPN ran off with, and everyone was starting to attack Angel Reese for. A lot of us had done so much for this game. There are so many great players that have done a lot in this league that have deserved this for a really long time. Luckily, it's coming now. So for you to mischaracterize Angel Reese and for her to say that she's being selfish and to say that she's not giving credit to everyone else, no, she did. You didn't do your homework. And so if you didn't do your homework, fine, just admit it. But to then have character assassinations on Angel Reese, I thought was totally out of line. E-Rock, your take.
I'm glad you said that because I heard the first thing too, but it wasn't like saying what I think this is paraphrasing, but it's fairly close to what she said on the part that was taken out of context. She said, it's more than just one player, and I want to look back at my career and say that, they were watching because something like that, watching because of me.
Yeah,
that's pretty close. That's pretty close. But they also didn't show, like you said, the second part of it, and I love this answer. I don't remember what the question was, but she's like, it's not about me. It's people have laid the groundwork. Again, this paraphrasing. Players before me have put blood, sweat, and tears, laid the groundwork so I can be where I am right now. It's not about what's on the back of my jersey. It's on what's on the front. And we roll for each other. We ride for each other, etc. It's like, bad boys for life. She didn't say bad boys for life. I just had to put that in there. But can't stop, won't stop. No. She was, but no, it was a great interview. She was just saying respect for respect's due. I don't think CC would disagree with anything she said. I don't think she would. Actually, I know, I don't know her personally. Not that I know of. But she, maybe she watches me and now that'd be cool. Shout out, do an interview with me. That'd be cool. But I mean, I would put serious money that she would actually agree with everything because she's, like I said yesterday, she's tried to take attention off her, or at least try to put attention on everyone else as well. She's going to try and use her platform and her success to do that. This whole jealousy thing, resentment thing, it's gotten out of control. It's gotten blown up way out of control. It's trying to create a narrative where none exists. I mean, yeah, sure. I'm sure some people in their heart of hearts, like the petty people, there are players that are going to feel some type of way, and like there's levels to it. It's just human nature. But no, this is beyond absurd now. This is dumb This is yellow journalism, and it's stupid. It's muckraking at this point. Good old journalism terms there. This is muckraking. It's yellow journalism.
It's yellow, not muckraking.
No, I said yellow journalism, and then I said it's muckraking. That's the other term. That means like you're dragging someone through the mud.
Wait, yeah, sure? Jordan, why are you disagreeing? I'm confused.
No, muckraking is muckraking, and when I was taught this at college, like it's basically like the muckrakers trying to like expose like the horrors of the industrial era, like the meat industry and such. Like that's what muckraking is. Yellow journalism, you're right, Iraq. Like that's yellow page journalism.
Here's the definition of muckraking from the Oxford Dictionary. The action of searching out and publicizing scandalous information about famous people in an underhanded way. I mean, yeah, all right, I'll get.
Well,
it's technically.
To be clear, you're both right, because historically that's what muckraking was in the industrial age. But nowadays, if you say someone is muckraking, it's typically not meant as like an investigative piece.
No, it's more like you're digging up dirt he is right. In the traditional sense, it was reform based. Positive. Yeah. I wouldn't say it, but it's yellow journalism. Fine, we'll go with that.
Shout out to Jordan for keeping journalism on the journalism. Well done, Jordan.
Exactly. That's why I got my bachelor's degree on that.
Hey, shout out to me for bringing up yellow journalism, muckraking. I wonder if people even learn that in school anymore. That's so sad to say, but I hope they do. That's like stuff that we need to remember. Our kids need to remember.
Exactly.
There you go. But that's yellow journalism. It's just stupid. They're trying to create a narrative where it's not. Just let it go and just focus on the girl. It's like it's just demeaning to you're asking them like not to compete, and like yes, I know she's the golden goose in this situation. Cece is, because if it wasn't Cece, we wouldn't even be talking about this. And that's just a fact. If it was any other player that had gotten knocked to the floor, we wouldn't talk about this. So let's talk about basketball. Let's talk about how the Sun, the Connecticut, let's talk about how they're undefeated. Let's talk about the Aces. Let's talk about how the Mystic haven't won a game. Let's talk about fun things. So, well, that's not fun for the Mystics, but I mean, still, you get what I'm saying.
Just one son. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, just one son. Yeah, not many sons.
Several sons. Yeah, it does feel. How can I say it? Clickbait? It's literally clickbait. Like people are trying to like make something out of nothing, and Angel Reese is 100. Her full quote is 100% correct. Like even then, it was just that that minute quote of like, I 100% agree. 100% agree. It's them and everyone else. Like, there's nothing really else to add on.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he's
no.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's really nothing else to add on to me personally. Like,
all right then.
No, that's fine. No, I was just seeing if you wanted to finish up your thought if you're done with your sentence. That's all. So that being said, I am looking forward to tonight's slate. We do have the Washington Mystics taking on the Connecticut Sun. So we literally have 0-8 taking on 8-0. And then I'm looking forward to the New York Liberty Chicago Sky game. In my opinion, early on, the New York Liberty, even though they were winning, obviously, a little bit of a struggle fest in certain aspects. So I'm really excited to see this matchup, right? Chicago Sky fighting to get over 500, and then finally the Phoenix Mercury and the Seattle Storm. This is going to be a nice matchup to watch too. And I really like the Seattle Storm team a lot. And then Diana Taurasi, I mean, what do you want from me? Like, she's still getting it done. I love it. I really like watching Natasha Cloud play. So there's a lot to like in the WNBA. Again, totally fine if you want to discuss Caitlin Clark and everything she's doing. It just probably should be 100% of your effort in terms of everything, right? So I would like to see a little more balance. That's all I'm asking for, a little
I
more
want to see
balance,
I want to
and
see
be
the
fair.
Mm-hmm.
X's and O's, man.
Mm-hmm.
Be fair. Just be fair too. If you're gonna say someone said something, uh, you know, be fair. Be fair. But yeah, Iraq, Jordan, we got to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Final thoughts. Anywhere to plug, and uh, and city that you'd most like to go on vacation with Jordan with. Go ahead. First you, Jordan, since it's you.
Jordan,
Uh,
that's a nice.
yeah. Shout out to women's sports, literally improving, getting more notice. Even if it's a bunch of morons, even if it's just a bunch of morons, not knowing what they're talking about. It's fun to see, and you gotta go New Orleans with me, guys. You gotta go New Orleans, Bourbon Street. We will be drinking. One of us will probably be drunk in the street. We might see some. We might be in some parties and bars. Yeah, let's go.
Oh Lord.
Love it, Jordan. Go ahead, Iraq.
Well, I'll get to the city in a second. Shout out, God. Shout out to. Oh, that was a nice twist. I'll give you that. I was like, oh, that's good. I like that you're including that. But oh, then with Jordan, I'm like, oh, ooh. Yeah. I mean, shout out to Curious Sports Pulse 100. Thanks for always being woke, being awesome, being lit, and tune in for. I'm glad that with a little bit of mixture of the good and the whack was in here today. We'll go with the Wyland soon, very soon. The good, the whack, the Wyland, Scoutcast Media. And also thanks to Gabe coming on, gracing us with his presence, and along with Java Joe and Jordan and Josh occasionally, and many more to come. And it's gonna be fun, man. We got a couple of weeks of basketball, a couple weeks of hockey, championship hockey, and then we also got baseball. Can't believe I'm saying that for the first time, but shout out to the Angels on my first day of work. We had to place a bet, and I got the Angels money line. I had to bet 30, which is the minimum that we were supposed to bet for our. They fronted us the money. I won $67 on it, so already making good decisions on the first day, baby. Now they're telling me to go on underdog, and I'm going to place a $20 bet today. I don't know. So anyone that wants to comment in Scoutcast Media Hub on the next show, which will be coming up very shortly, send me advice if you know baseball and what the bet I should make tonight is. I welcome it. I like it when people that are wise give me advice. It's not alone. I've learned from people. Thank you, Gabe. I will see you soon, my friend.
See you later, Iraq. We're out of here tomorrow, 10 a.m., 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're back on the schedule. Until next time.